It was a day I thought I'd buried long ago. A day when my world shattered into pieces I thought I'd never pick up. I remember the cold sting of betrayal more vividly than anything else. My best friend, the one I trusted with my secrets, my laughter, my dreams, confessed she'd known all along. Not just that she'd seen the whispers, the cruel jokes, or the silent judgments. No, she told me she only found out because my parents, in their boastful pride, had openly shared my acceptance news, unaware of the damage they were unleashing. That moment, I felt the ground crumble beneath me. The weight of her words, the raw honesty, the betrayal. It was like being punched in the stomach every second. For months, I'd been humiliated, cast aside as a disgrace, an embarrassment to my family, a laughingstock in the eyes of my community. They called me unworthy, useless, broken. They whispered behind my back, their gossip fueling the fire of my shame. I sat in that pit, feeling small, discarded, like I was destined to be nothing. But something inside me refused to stay broken. I decided then and there I wouldn't let their lies define me. I would rise. I had to prove I was more than their whispers, more than their judgments. So I left, quietly at first, building a new story, one of resilience and unapologetic strength. I poured my pain into my work. I started sharing my achievements online, not to boast, but to show my truth. I was capable. I was resilient. I launched a social media campaign, my own voice, my narrative. I showcased every victory, my education, my career, my passions, my growth. I documented every struggle I faced, raw and real, turning my scars into a testament of perseverance. The whispers grew louder at first. Critics taunted me, calling me vain, a failure, a disgrace, still trying to prove herself. But I persisted. My followers grew, inspired by my honesty, moved by my transformation. I turned their gossip into fuel, their doubts into stepping stones. With each post, I carved out my space, a space where I was unapologetically me, where my success silenced the accusations. Years later, I returned, not just to face those who doubted me, but to show them what true strength looks like. I walked into their world with my head held high, a living testament to the power of resilience. I knew they still whispered, but their words no longer held weight. I had become unstoppable, fueled by betrayal, by heartbreak, by the very people who once cast me aside. In that moment, standing before them, I realized the greatest victory wasn't just in my success, but in my transformation. I was no longer the broken girl they humiliated. I was a force of nature, boundless, confident, and glowing with the quiet power of someone who refused to be defeated. Their whispers faded into the background, replaced by my triumphant silence. This is my revenge, becoming more than they ever thought I could be, turning pain into power, showing the world, showing myself that despite the betrayal, I am enough, more than enough, and I will never be cast aside again.